Hey, Shabbat Shalom, everybody. Today's the Most High Sabbath day. It's pretty much going out, but just gonna try to touch a little bit and do something real short and quick. You know, try to make things that you read in the Bible practical to everyday life. And it helps us because without doing something like that, the Bible seems like it's just a story tale, and it seems like it's them and not you. And I'm gonna first start out by saying, it's good to walk with the Most High in everything that you do, and to have a walk with the Most High, because that is an important thing, to have a walk with the Most High. And the Most High loves His children. He's our Father. And He loves our children. Yeshua said it best. What it was translated as the Lord's Prayer, the Most High's Prayer, when He say, "Our Father." Abba Nawa in the old Hebrew, which is our Father, or in the modern Hebrew is Abinu. Okay, but yet it's the term our Father. Because the Most High looks at us like His children, and and it is important to stay in the good grace of the Father, just like you would your natural father, because your natural father, he laid the law down. You know what I'm saying? And the Most High the same way. It ain't all love, because it's punishment for certain things. And that He's gonna rid this earth of transgressors of the law, what we call sinners, you know what I'm saying, period. And it's gonna be a grateful day. I mean, it's gonna be a dreadful day. I'm sorry, it's gonna be a dreadful day for sin that hasn't been acquitted or repented for. So it's gonna kind of touch here because the Most High keep your steps. And it's important to stay in the will of the Most High, because He'll help you. Not everybody's a biblical scholar. Not everybody know the word and is so astute in the word. And sometimes you just gotta know, just trying to do the right thing to the best of your ability. The Most High direct your paths, and He won't let you fall off the course. Okay, and I'm gonna just talk a little bit about that and make this real short. This is Psalms 119 and 133. I'm just gonna come from this one verse, but I'm gonna use several scriptures to back this up. Y'all know how we do precept upon precept upon precept, line upon line upon line, here a little, there a little. Okay, as far as we get in the word for this one scripture. It says, "Order my steps in thy word, and let not any iniquity have dominion over me." So David is saying here, he was asking the Most High to order his steps. In other words, direct his path. Choose where his life goes. Choose the path that the Father has for us, not more or less so our path. This is not necessarily line up and they go in the same place, So that is important for that. And he's asking the Most High to have dominion over his life, And it said, let not have iniquity, meaning sin, have dominion over him, Because, just to keep it real, nobody's perfect. Nobody's born perfect. People make mistakes. Some of us, we knew the Most High, and we might have had a relationship in our younger days, but when we got older, we strayed away, and we just very, for whatever reason life gave to us, we don't have that relationship, and we've, we're trying to come back, but it's kind of like the prodigal son, for instance. It's a lot in that, in Luke, 15th chapter, about the prodigal son that could be said. A lot of times when the Most High putting you in a certain place, and it's not favorable, a lot of times He wants to move you and let you come back, because it's kind of funny. Because once we get our new phones and on new phones and new gadgets, and life is going good, we're not spending as much time in prayer. You'll notice that. Most people would not spend the same amount of time when they was hungry for prayer. You know what I'm saying? But when everything's going good and the coast is clear and it's all good, man, it's But when this nation, when the Twin Towers fell, man, people was chugging in the door. Man, they shoulder to shoulder busting in that door. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get up in there. Once it looked like the coast cleared and going back to normal, but people ain't the same amount of people in church no more. It's just what it is. It's human nature. And a lot of times when the Most High, he does things because he loves us and he don't want us to ultimately fail, and he tried to do things to get our attention to return so you can be in a blessable state, because you can have Satan have dominion over you. When you get too much into sin, Satan have you. You know what I'm saying? They're just straight up, just for what it is. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times he's trying to call you home, and he'll let some adversity hit you to try to wake you up. Because like I say, a lot of times everything going great and everything going good, we barely checking in. So he's saying order his steps, and let not iniquity, let not have sin have dominion over him. So let's get a little bit more. I'm gonna stay in the Psalms. I'm gonna go to Psalm the 17th chapter and the 5th verse here. And this is Psalms chapter 17 and 5. Just going straight to the trying to go straight to guess we can go a little bit. Let's go a little bit above it. I'm really not trying to make the video long, but we'll start at 1. It says, hear the right, hear the right, oh yeah, oh Lord, as it says there. It's plugged in the Most High, part of the Most High's name there. Attend unto my cry. Give ear unto my prayer that goeth not out of unfriends' lips. So David here is asking for the Most High to, please listen to him, you know what I'm saying? Because he's going through. And you see in the song sometimes he was going through, his adversaries looked like they was having more power over him and his enemy, And David went through some things. He had to go on the run. It wasn't like that perfect, picture perfect life, like everything's gonna ride in the sunset. It's gonna be, the good movie. Life not like that. He had to go through some stuff, and he was a friend of the Most High. He was loved by the Most High, but yet he had to go through some things. So you got to look at that, But when the road got tough, you know what I'm saying, he always went back to the Most High. And that's one of the things that the Most High loved about it, because he never forgot him. Whether it was going good or bad, he was down, And it says, 2, let my sinners come forth from thy presence. Let my eyes behold the things that are equal. Thou hast proven my heart, and thou hast visited me in the night. Thou hast tried me, and shall find nothing. I am purpose that my mouth shall not transgress. So he's saying, man, I've been through some things with you, you know what I'm saying? You have been with me, you know what I'm saying? I've been down, you know what I'm saying? Which a good servant ought to be, or a good child of the Most High should be, you know what I'm saying? Concerning the works of men, I'm at 4, scroll up a little bit. It says, concerning the works of men, by the word of thy lips, I have kept me from the paths of the destroyer. Because you know what? You have 2 paths. You have a path to the Most High. You got a path of the destroyer, or Hashitan, however you want to call it, Satan. You know what I'm saying? His path. You know what I'm saying? You're on either 1 or 2 paths. That's the bottom line, clearly. And he says, hold up my goings in thy path, that my foot slip not. So he's asking, for the Most High, look, to hold him up, you know what I'm saying, be with him, and that his foot not slip. Because if you are in any situation when you start going off the path, you know what? You're going closer to Satan. Or I'm going closer to Satan. You know what? We got to stay on the path. That's and I'm gonna get to the prodigal son. I believe I'm gonna talk about the prodigal son. That comes to mind to show you how you can be on, and then you can go too far. Then when things in life happen to us, how his story ended up being successful because it was looking bad for a little bit, and here it is, Psalm 32:8. And it says, I will instruct thee and teach thee in the way which thou shalt go. And he said, I will guide thee with mine eye. Because that's what we want to be. You know what I'm saying? We want to be guided. We want to be on course to where the Most High wants us to be. And we want him to teach us the way. Because a lot of times when we go our way, we for to stink something up bad, something really, really, really bad. I'm going to just jump a little bit more. Psalms 121, verse 3 is what I want. Still just giving things dealing with your feet not slipping off the path. But we got to stay on the path. And this is one of my favorite Psalms anyway. And I'll just go to the first verse. I'll just jump to that. And it says, I will lift up my eyes unto the hills from which my help, from whence cometh my help. My help cometh from the Most High, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He will keep it thee and will not slump. He's gonna make sure we stay on the path. If that is our true intent and that's what we want, we're gonna be on it. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna come through in the end. We gotta know. We gotta stay on the path, and that what he's gonna come through, and he's not gonna lead us astray. I don't care how bad it looks, how big the lion is around us. You know what I'm saying? We ain't got to worry about that. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna handle that. So let's jump out to I guess we're going to jump out because I don't really have no format on how I'm going with this. But it's Luke the 15th chapter. I believe the prodigal son is in Luke. Yeah, here we go. Luke the 15th chapter. And I'm going to read a little bit about this. And this is an allegory that Yeshua, or some of y'all know as Christ, was saying. He used a practical story to show a religious, or like some people use that word, a righteous thing by something we can relate to, like a story, but it tells spiritual things in the story. It's a parable, or what's called an allegory. So this is the prodigal son, Luke 15:11. And it says, and he said, a certain man had 2 sons. The younger of them said to his father, Father, give me my portion of goods that falleth to me. And he divided unto them his living. Now the young son came to him and was like, hey man, whatever, goods I have, however much money I made, you know what I'm saying, let me get that. His inheritance, his portion, and he want that. Okay. The father, honorable, gave him his word. And it says, and not many days after the younger son gathered all together and took his journey into the far country, and he wasted his substance with riotous living. So he go out there, make it rain, like modern day, make it rain. You see the rappers. What was that the other day here in Texas? Trap Bar Freddy threw $20,000 in the crowd. You know what I'm saying? He took his inheritance and threw. Now he could be subject to some jail time from what's being. He's being investigated for the death of Mo3. As one of the people. And I ain't getting all in that. And I didn't make this to get into that too deep. But you see, like you better be keeping that money for probably your court. You know what I'm saying? You having a birthday and you throwing $20,000 into the crowd. You know what I'm saying? Squandering that money. And like I said, it don't even have to be. That's just what we do now. Even today, rappers throw money in the crowd. You know what? Sometimes it'd do better just taking that money, going under some of them bridges where the people living in them tents, and blessing them. And I promise you, you're gonna be blessed for it. Cause not everybody's showing your blessing. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. And 14, it says, and when he had spent all, then arose a mighty famine in that land, and he began to be in want. So he done spent all this money and times done got hard. Just like it's tough times we're at now. With this coronavirus, certain industries have shut down. You know what I'm saying? I remember like when you was in high school, you wanted to work at the movies. You know what I'm saying? That was a job for like a high school kid, 11th grade, 12th grade, you know what I'm saying, to work at the movies. You can't work at the movies now. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them jobs, they either not there no more, or you got grown folks doing a lot of them food jobs and stuff like that. Times have changed, and you got people getting, just getting by or not getting by, because they had to take a hit in their money, So, but regardless of where the Most High send you, I'm gonna say this: regardless of where the Most High send you, He got you. If you got Him, He got you. You're not gonna fail. Ain't no failure in the Most High. Ain't no failure. I can stand here today and tell you straight up, the Most High can make any of your dreams, even down to your dreams, He can make happen for you. I think I said it the other week. I done some stuff in this year. I never lived so good in this year that just happened. But 2020 was a messed up year for most people. Man, I traveled, I've been places, I've done a lot of stunning stuff, you know what I'm saying? Was able to move around and just have a good time, and do things and achieve things and walk with the Most High and just where everything just better. I'm talking about I wasn't in lack of drive. I didn't go without none. You know what I'm saying? If anything, I had more in this year, than the previous year before. So, I felt like the Israelites back in Exodus, when the Most High put the plagues on the earth, and one of the plagues was darkness. He had the Israelites in the light. They had light, but in Egypt it was black, pitch black. You know what I'm saying? See, in the plague, the Most High can have you living good. You know what I'm saying? It's just what side you choose to be on. You know what I'm saying? Being with the Most High is always better, a safer and better option, and a more comfortable option than being with Hashatan or Hebrew for like they're saying Satan or the devil. You know what I'm saying? It's always better. And a lot of times, like I say, the Most High have, we have this human nature. We get so busy, we veer off. The Most High let something happen to you. Like, look here, I need you to have a relationship, or you know enough about me right now that you should be coming this way. And ain't nobody else gonna be able to help you because you gonna need me the way the Most High see. And He will put that life on you so tough to the way you do it. You can come on now, you can come on later. But a lot of times, and people, you look at people, they know that they need the Creator. But they want to be busy, and sometimes you got to put family off, sometimes you got to put friends off. You got to go get a relationship with the Creator. Bottom line, straight up. You know what? And since I've been down with the Creator and rocking it and stuff like that, I ain't never. I could tell you, even in the rough beginnings, when I had the rough part and I was turning to the Most High, you know what I'm saying? I remember I was staying with my brother Henry, and man, I remember our last meal, bro. We was down to the last meal. We worked for somebody, man. They wasn't paying us our money. You know, we was doing an honest job. We was struggling. You know what I'm saying? I was living with my brother. You know what I'm saying? So big ups to my brother Henry. You know what I'm saying? You know, man, he took me in. I was out. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have it. You know what I'm saying? I can tell y'all on this video. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have it. I didn't have a lot of anything that, you know, I was definitely wasn't in the place I'm at now. You know, with the Most High, and man, oh man, I remember, man, we waiting on these people promising to pay us. They owe us thousands of dollars, and we ain't getting our money. And I remember, man, we was getting ready to have the Last Supper for real. They're like Yeshua, man. You know, we wouldn't have had many people at the table, but it would have been me and him, man. We was having our Last Supper right here with the little food we had, the little money we had left, man. We was in my raggedy truck rolling, man. At that time, I had that red truck, man. It was tough times, man. You know, we was eating our last meal, man. I remember praying prior to eating that last meal. I believe my brother knew I was praying, you know. And I began to pray, you know, about, you know, I just couldn't believe that the Father would just, you know, leave me out there, you know what I'm saying? Because I chose to walk away from a whole lot of stuff. You know what? If I'd have stayed with earthly things, I would have been rich as far as things, you know what I'm saying? You know, like, I wouldn't have been in Bentleys and stuff like that. With the Creator, I would have been in Bentleys with the devil, you know what I'm saying? And having the devil have, you know, I'd have been rich on the worldly side, but I was able to do it with getting the Bentley without, you know what I'm saying, Satan, you know what I'm saying? You know, at that time, and to do some things, some little goals I had in life to you know how you have these little goals. You say, well, I want to ride in the Bentley one day, or I want to go to this place one day. Well, I could have done that with Satan, you know what I'm saying, but I would have had to sell my soul, and I never was one about selling my soul, you know what I'm saying, and, you know, regardless of other people did it or not, you know what I'm saying, but I couldn't sell my soul, and never will sell my soul, because, you know, I seen too much that the Creator have done in my life, you know what I'm saying, how the Creator have been there and never let me, from automobile accidents to people dying and literally, you know, the Father just honoring the prayer and praying people from the jaws of death, you know what I'm saying, and they here today. And this is why I do what I do, because I made a promise, you know, to the Most High that I give His word, and that's what the Most High wanted me to do, you know. But I had already told the Most High to go ahead and take me and leave Him here and make sure that He you know, He know you in the pardon of His sins, but go ahead and take me at that time. And you know, if I go back and I think about that, man, I would have left my kids and stuff, my people, you know, and you know, for somebody that, you know, he could have been living. He could have been like the prodigal son, the younger one right here in the first part of the story. Just you know, but you know, that was love. You know, in Yahushua, Jesus. Some of y'all know what Jesus say. To lose your life, you got to gain your life. You got to lose it. You know what I'm saying? I lost my life on that day to a degree, but I gained it back. You know what I'm saying? Way more abundantly. And you know, we're gonna keep reading. But I just think about the Most High ain't never left me off set. But to go back to that last meal, shoot, man, I think it was about 30 minutes later, man, after that prayer, hot 30 minutes, my mom come knocking on the door with all kind of food. All kind of food, you know what I'm saying? And food was just, we ain't had to worry about no food. And then she said just, I don't know what it was, you know, I just felt, my mama had all this food. I cooked all this food and I didn't want it to go to waste. I don't even know why I cooked this food. See what I'm saying? The Most High can put you in a position. We wasn't worried about no food at that time. We got over and we got by at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? At that particular junction. You know what I'm saying? But I had to go through many things to get to kind of where I'm at now, you know, to a degree. And now we see that a famine that came in the land, and he began to have some need. He just spent all this money, making it rain, looking good for them folk. Probably, you know, like I said, you throwing all that money for them folk, but when you need that money back or you need some money from them folks gonna get busy on you quick. Gonna be, oh, get with me like, oh, when the next stimulus check come. You know what I'm saying? I might got a little 200. That's how they gonna be. You know what I'm saying? Then when that little stimulus check comes, they ain't even gonna answer. You know what I'm saying? They gonna be trying to buy the next gadget. You see what I'm saying? 15. And it says, and he went and joined himself to the citizen of the country, of that country. And he sent him into the fields to feed swine. Now, you know, as an Israelite, man, you ain't with no pig, bro. That's like the arch enemy of animals. You know what I'm saying? You don't even, let's go to the law. You know, I know people eat that today, and y'all seen my other lesson. For the, go back into that, you know what I'm saying? Go back into that. You ain't even supposed to touch a pig. I don't care who your pastor. I tell you what, get your pastor to contact me, and we'll see if you can eat pig according to the Bible. You know what I'm saying? And I want him to produce, and don't come from the Book of Acts trying to twist something like that's what. Cause I know I know where they gonna go before they even go, man. Don't go out there with that foolishness, because it's gonna get broke off proper. There's nothing in the Bible say that you should have mess with a pig. Period. You don't even touch a pig. Now, let's see. Let's see if we can get that. We're in Leviticus chapter 11. I'm trying to find the part about. Let's see. About you're not even supposed to even touch the pig. Grab my Bible here. And then you can see in these verses, if you kind of stand with me, about how it's making you abominable touching certain flesh. It's not. And what seeds and you can eat and what. Okay. Yeah. 24 maybe. Let me see. Oh, that's the flying creeping thing. There it is, 7. Okay, I'm sorry, y'all followed it. Okay, now we know a pig is another name for a pig is a swine. Okay, we're in Leviticus 11 and 7. It says, and the swine, though he have a divide the hoof and be cloven footed, yet he cheweth not the cud, he is unclean to you. And that tells you right there, the pig is unclean to you in Leviticus chapter 11. You would not find no scripture in the New Testament or the Old Testament say, well, now you can eat that. You know what I'm saying? Now, right here, that would make the Most High wishy-washy, because he told you not to eat it, then he told you it's okay to eat it. No, if some issue like that come up, that's how you know a man done made a mistake. You know, because the word ain't make no mistake. Most High ain't make no mistake here. When he said, it is unclean to you. Look at that 8th verse. Of their flesh shall ye not eat, and their carcass ye shall not touch. They are unclean to you. Now that's very simple and plain. So guess what? An Israelite is not gonna be nowhere near that pig. That man is like, because he know in the law, man, he gonna get that smoke. You know what I'm saying? He gonna get that smoke from the Creator. Stuff gonna happen. You know. So now it got so bad that he in the field feeding the pig, and when he faint, it's supposed to be faint, and and he would faint and and have filled his belly with the husk that the swine did not eat, and no man gave unto him. So it got so bad that he would go out and eat after the pigs eat. Man, it was like the lowest thing. You know what? That's just like the ultimate no, man. It got bad. That had to have been terrible. And right now, if you had to eat whatever the pigs didn't eat, the husk, and get down there with them, and come on, man, that is like the ultimate state. The Most High had to bring them that low to bring them back. Sometimes if things not going right in your life, the Most High is trying to bring you low to have you come back. You know what I'm saying? Because, like I say, when things are good, guess what? Man, we spend limited time. We like to say thank the Most High, but we ain't getting on our knees thanking him. We thanking him and steady walking. You know what I'm saying? And he done got down here eating with the pigs, squatting and probably pushing just like they pushing. You know what I'm saying? Head down. You know what I'm saying? Man, that's a bad place to be, man. Bad place to be. You know what I'm saying? Now, when I hit my low place, hey, I still was trying to do, and I still didn't lose no faith in the Most High. My dudes come through. You know what I'm saying? And then they get that down there after no, and I thank the Most High for that. Get down there and eating off the ground. I done enough of that in the military. You know what I'm saying? I was in the military, boy. I tell you some low places. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, what you'll do for this country and where they'll send you and buy it, I done had it. Trust me. Okay, 17. And when he came to himself, he said, How many hired servants of my father have bread enough to spare, and I perish with hunger? So he thought back in his mind, man, my daddy got like even the people who work for him, even the people who work out in the field, they got more bread than they can eat. You know what I'm saying? Man, I gotta do something about this hunger. I'm hungry as they get. 18. Stomach just talking. You probably on that one like, oh. And this is the 18th verse. And I will arise and go to my father, and will say unto him, Father, I have sinned against heaven and before thee. So it's letting you know right here, Yeshua is talking on the spiritual level for a person that's don't win away. You know what I'm saying? Because if it was to me, and I spend my money, I made it rain, and I out there with the bags, you know how the youngsters put the money together, the youngsters put the money together, and they talk on the phone. They talk, they have their money like, in big piles, and they talking on the phone with the money to their ear and stuff. They'll be just showing out, you know what I'm saying? But man, and I done missed that money off. You know what I'm saying? I gotta, and then I'm gonna come to my dad and say, I have sinned against heaven. No, you're gonna say, I have sinned against you. You know what I'm saying? I was wrong. But he said, I have sinned against heaven. This is showing you the spiritual side. This is showing you when we mess up as people to our Father. You understand what I'm saying? This is a story, but it's bringing significance to us, heavenly significance to you, spiritual significance to you. He said, I have sinned against heaven and before thee. Okay, he says Father. We already know our Abba or our Master in Hebrew or in English, Father, Papa, is in heaven. And he said, I am no more worthy to be called thy son. You know what? When we go so far from sin, in sin and stuff, we go outside of the grace and we become Satan's son. You know what I'm saying? He becomes Satan's son. Because I showed you that a couple weeks ago, how the Pharisees and John, how the Pharisees went out and they got so far, and Yeshua told them, that Satan is your father, the devil is your father. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. Because, he was calling to the so-called church folk, so-called religious people. talking about what they ain't, because it like it say here in 9:31. This is John, or Yehukanan, St. John 9:31, right? It says, "Now we know that God heareth not sinners, but if a man be a worshiper of God and doeth His will, him He heareth." You know, and that's very clear. We know that the Most High ain't hearing no sinners unless you repent. You know what I'm saying? And he said, if any man be a worshiper of the Most High and do it His will, him He heareth. You know what I'm saying? That's what He hears. You know what I'm saying? He ain't listening. You know, He can hear it, but He ain't gonna make no move of it. He ain't even dealing with it. You know what I'm saying? And He told them basically, you know, ye of your father, the devil. You know what I'm saying? He told them that. You know, if you go on and keep on, because I'm not trying to shorten this video, but I had it on another video. You know what? He said, ye of your father, the devil. You know, because guess what? They didn't want to hear what the word said, because Yeshua tried to say, why you seek to kill me? You know, and they still had him killed in the end. Show you how evil they was. Because guess what? He was going against the religious status quo. Just like when you wake up and you start coming out of some of these churches, they're teaching you tradition. They ain't teaching you this word right here. You know what? Guess what? When you come out of that, they're going to kick you out too. Because I've been out there. And don't feel ashamed when they kick you out. Feel proud if they kick you out because you stood on the word. Because trust me, it's many hired servants. You know what I'm saying? I mean, hired priests out there. So now he said, I am no worthy to be. He says, I am no more worthy to be called thy son. And he says, make me as one of thy high servants. So he was saying, hey man, I ain't even worthy to be called your son anymore. Just make me as a high servant. He done took a lower position. And he rose and came to his father. But when he was yet a great way off, his father saw him and had compassion and ran and fell on his neck and kissed him. Okay, so it says, and he rose up, he went back home, and when he was coming up to the house, he's a little ways away. You know, he saw his father saw him, and he had compassion and ran and fell on his neck. You know what I'm saying? In other words, he just, you know, they hugged. And the son said unto him, Father, I have sinned against heaven in thy sight, and I am no more worthy to be called thy son. You see how he came back to the father? You know what I'm saying? Because he went out there, and he know the world didn't pay him no good. And you know what? Guess what? 22. But the father said to his servants, bring the best robe and put it on him, and put a ring on his hand and shoes on his feet. Because he done walked to the point he ain't got shoes on his feet, and to put a ring on his hand to let everybody know, because they used to call it a signet. You know, you used to can just put a little ink on that bad boy and sign your name with your ring, you know what I'm saying? You know, it's kind of like David Chappelle done Charlie Murphy when he hit him in the head with that ring and put that little symbol on this thing. You know, it's a funny little skit right there, but you know, it left a little stamp on him, you know. And he said, 23, and bring heifer and fatted calf and kill it and let us eat and be merry. So now he's saying, hey man, let's go get this calf, go get this beef, man. We about to have this sliced beef up out here. We about to do this. We about to crank, man. We got to get this pit going, you know what I'm saying? We about to eat. We about to be merry. We about to have a good time. My son home, father all happy, you know. Okay, now, this is 24th verse. For this my son was dead and is alive again. He was lost and he is found, and that they might be merry. So this is what the father said. My son was dead. You get what I'm saying? he knew his son wasn't dead when he physically. He wasn't talking about that type of death, yo. Let me see if I can get this real quick, man. What is that? Cause when you go out of the way of understanding, it's in. Let me see. Give me just a sec. I might find it. The 21. 21. Let me see something. I got my trusty sword over this, but I always just have your old Bible. I highlight it. What's coming to mind is the man that wanders out of the way of understanding is in the congregation of the dead. Okay. So, Proverbs, I think it's Proverbs. That's why I'm not seeing it. Let's see, Proverbs. It's in Proverbs. We'll go get it. Proverbs. Yeah, Proverbs 21. Instead of Psalms 21, it's Proverbs 21. Forgive me. So we're going to go to Proverbs 21 because he said, hey, man, my son was dead. Now he alive. You know what I'm saying? You know what? Because he want to waste all his earthly goods and squander it on foolishness. You know what I'm saying? When we should have been putting away, you know. Okay, here we go. Let's see. Proverbs. Oh, yeah, there we go. It says here in Proverbs 21:16, it says, the man that wandereth out of the way of understanding shall remain in the congregation of the dead. So if you ain't got no understanding, you are dead. You know what I'm saying? And he didn't have no understanding. He went out of the way of understanding. He left all the riches and glory of being with the Father, being on the right side, to go have worldly gains. Be out there with Satan, throw money, and realize them people don't love you. You out there making it rain. You out there paying their bills for them. You out there showing love, being a stand-up guy, and they getting this money, and you can't find them. You know, once they get theirs, get what they want out of, you know, you can't find them. That's usually how it go right there. You know, and man, they done killed the father, the father and got calf, and they done killed it. They out there barbecuing, having a good time. Man, my son was lost, but now he found. He done came and changed the correction of his way. He humbled himself. He come down and say he sinned against heaven. You know what I'm saying? Notice he come back and say he has sinned against heaven. I am no longer worthy. You know what I'm saying? In other words, he repented. You know what I'm saying? Now he found. He was lost. Now he found. You know what I'm saying? The Most High can let a situation over your life look like it, you know, it's like you feel just like him. You know what I'm saying? You like, man, I don't know how I'm going to pay this. I don't know how this going to happen. I don't know how. I tell you what, return back to the Father. Get serious about it. Return back to the Father. I guarantee you ain't going to fall. Return unto the Father. Have faith and return to the Father. You know what, Father, I sinned against heaven. You know, the same way the prodigal son said. He said, man, what verse was that? He said, man, I sinned against heaven. You know, he acknowledging, you know, I ain't no longer to be called thy son. That's the 21st verse, you know. And the son said unto him, Father, I have sinned against heaven, you know what I'm saying, and in thy sight, and shall no more be worthy to be called thy son. But the father was merciful, and you know what, restored him, and he back again. Let me show you how the brother hating a little bit. Cause the brother kind of hating a little bit. He figured, let me say something. See something real quick. Let's see. Yeah, here it is, brother. Okay. Because they out there jigging, doing the stanky leg, having a good time out there and everything. You know, I'm going to show you. And it says, he says his son was lost and now he found. In the 24th verse. Now we have 25th verse. Now his elder son, the older son, was in the field, and he came to draw nigh to the house. He heard music and dancing. So the older son come up, hearing all this music and dancing. They're out there jigging and getting it in. Like in our time, had that Chubb Rock, that old school Chubb Rock. Treat me right. Dum 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 dum. I bet they was out there just having a good time, man. Cause I know his father was cared about the son and stuff like that, man. And when he came, he was happy, man. I know they was out there getting it, man. Man, put a robe on that boy, put that ring on that boy, man, put some shoes. I bet you was James Brown. But they were having a good time out there, you know what I'm saying? He was happy, man. It sounded like they were partying. Because Israelites used to party, man. It wasn't like these stuck up folk today, you know what I'm saying? They used to have a good time, man. You know, a wedding was 7 days, a party, and they were drinking, you know, wine and everything, you know, and all that, man. They had a good time, man. No, not there playing. I ain't saying they was getting all drunk, falling out and stuff, but I'm just saying they had a good time, you know. You know, people would take you the wrong way and stuff. They wasn't drinking no grape juice. Don't let some jive joker tell you no grape juice. Okay, because he ain't turned water into grape juice. Okay, the scripture don't say that. So, see how the religious stuff. And it says, and 26, and he called one of the servants and asked, what these things mean? Like, what's going on? You know, in our language. And he said unto him, thy brother is come, and thy father hath killed a fatted calf, because he have received him safe and sound. And he was angry. Now, look at the brother here, and now he angry. I mean, you ought to be happy your brother came home. See, that's already told you the spirit in it. And that's just, that says a whole lot right there. You know what I'm saying? You should have been happy your brother came home, man. You wasn't wondering if your brother was all right, you know. Here you is at the house, you know, you with the father and everything. You should have been good. You should have been cool about the thing. You know what I'm saying? But he see that hate? You know what I'm saying? See that bull? Father gonna put him in check, though. The father gonna put him in check. And I'm gonna end it here at the end of this story. And 28, you know, it says, and he was angry and would not go in. Therefore came his father out and entreated him. Now, this hater wouldn't even go in. Seemed like you would have been happy. You been with your daddy, you know, and everything. I bet you this dude was here with this kind of almost like spoiled a little bit, old daddy's boy, or mama's boy, or whatever, you know, we say. You know, the one that's over there. Come on, man, that's some hating right there, man. You should have been, you know, just glad that he was safe and sound. Like even the hired person told me, he's just glad that your brother was safe and sound. He come back, he could. You know, this dude don't even want to go into the party. He want to stand outside. This church folk right here want to stand outside and be all holier than thou. You know what I'm saying? And make more mistakes than the law allows. You understand what I'm saying? Got more mistakes probably than some people. The only difference you got is that you is at least somewhat knowledgeable the Creator. You know what I'm saying? But in the end, you can't just, you know what? This man gonna be blessed for coming back. You know what I'm saying? You know, the Most High understand. You know what I'm saying? That's what tripped me out about church folk. How they try to be all holier than thou, holy in their own eyes. You know what? I tell you, 613 laws in the Old Testament, 1,050 laws based off that in the Renewed Testament, or the Brit Hadashah, some of y'all call it the New Testament. Ain't nobody got no time, because I guarantee if you had to knock off, I had a couple videos ago, what I had, 20, 30 commandments off my head. What if you, I did 1,000 or something, that you had to give 30 to make it to the kingdom? Could you do it? You know what I'm saying? I had to knock off 30 off the dome, because the Most High, I said that, so I had to stand on that and name them one by one to the 30 or whatever it was that particular day, the number. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So we ain't got no time to be worried about nobody. If you can't do that, then we ain't got no time to be worried about being holier than thou. You know what I'm saying? He should have been glad for it, but he don't even want to go into the party. He can stand outside like a little buster. You know what I'm saying? Probably got his little hands in his pocket and everything. I'm telling you, probably got his little head caught back. You know, thinking that he's perfect. But you better sit down somewhere. I told you, boy, that ram horn from that other one, that ram horn, she had to bust through all that foolishness, man. You know what I'm saying? That's your brother. You should love him as yourself. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, got that old hard face like Flint, you know, standing there. Talking about he angry. Look at that, man. And he was angry and would not go in. Therefore, angry. Look at that. And his father come out to entreat him. And he answering him said to his father, Lo, how many years do I serve thee? neither I transgressed at any time the commandment, and yet thou hast never gave me a kid that I might make merry with my friends. So he said, hey man, I've been here at the house for years, served you good. Guess what? And you know the commandment, you know, because it's telling you right here the commandment. See how this is talking about a spiritual thing. It's not talking about physical people as much, but he using physical people as much to describe a physical thing. Because you know, parents going out there, this is the commandment. Washeth the dishes. Number two, or cutteth the grasses or the yardeth. You know what I'm saying? And thou should have make up thy beddish. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. Anybody using that? You know, you know, like that. You know, this is describing a heavenly thing with our Father and us as a people. He's showing you two different types of people here, man. Even though it's being read like a story of two like people. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, at any time he say I ain't went against the, and he say, man, you ain't never gave me. And then a whole time he living with all these calves and stuff in the yard. He could have had a party anytime. But guess what? He worried about this. You see what I'm saying? See, that's a hater. He ain't for one said anything up until this point about, man, is my brother all right? You know, is this all good? See what I'm saying? He worried about a thing. See, that's what I'm trying to tell you, boy. I'm trying to tell you. Y'all, you know, because y'all never given me a kid. You see that? 29th verse? You never gave me a calf. You know, a goat or whatever, you know what I'm saying? You ain't never gave me a sheep, or, you know, whatever. You know, man, that's crazy, man. But as soon as this thy son was come, which have devoured thy living with harlots, and has killed for him the fatted calf. So he's saying, your son, man, spend his money on thoughts and having a good time, you know, street women and stuff like that, man. He done went way off, you know what I'm saying? And he said, nah, you done killed a fatted calf for him. You know what I'm saying? You done now, this son need to be checked, you know what I'm saying? 'Cause first of all, you ain't no greater than a father, you know what I'm saying? You know, but he gonna get checked, you know what I'm saying? Don't worry. You know, in other words, this man went out there and made mistakes just like men and women do. You know what? The reason why some things are happening to us and the Most High is trying to get us to turn. Just turn to him and get back in the state so you can be blessed. You understand what I'm saying? Know that that's what he's trying to do. He's trying to steer you back. You done gone too far. And, you know, he's doing it out of love anyway. A lot of times when the Most High have things happen, he's doing it out of love anyway. He got to bring you down, man, so you can stop what you're doing and be like, man, realize, man, that dude probably was side by some boy. That had to been a hella reality check, man. You down there, you done got so bad, your stomach so bad, man. You with the pig's head down like a mug, man. Eating husks, man. Whatever they left over, you probably trying to push them off and stuff and eat with them. They probably pushing on you, and all that. And you out there, man, like that. Come on, man. They had to be they had to be horrible. They had to go through that instead of not having to go through. Be glad that you didn't have to go through that older son. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, he trying to act like he the authority. Let's see, 31. We got one more verse after this. And he said unto him, son, thou art ever with me, and all that I have is thine. So he said, man, you always here. You could have been done this. You know what I'm saying? You could have been took the opportunity of being a believer. You know, you could have been lived on the promises of the Creator. You know what I'm saying? What you was waiting on? I didn't have to go ahead and tell you to go, you know, to be blessed. You should have known you was blessed. You know what I'm saying? You wake up. You know what I'm saying? You too churchy. You know, you should have been, you know, chilling and walking in the powers of the Creator. You know, being able to speak to something and it happen. You know what I'm saying? Speak to areas in your life and open doors and stuff like that, you know, and healing the sick and be able to do these abilities, you know, through the Creator. You know what I'm saying? Because you always was with the Father. And everything the Father have, you could have accessed him at any time. What was your, I'm going to do this. Most High willing, I'm going to redo this, but I'm going to do it just this story from a biblical standpoint go more in depth. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have to do that because I'm just really I got a lot I could add on to this, but I don't want to make this long. But you ain't operating in your gift. You ain't really going all the way in. You living from a limited sense. You limit yourself. You know what? You could have been drove that Bentley with the creator, and not having to sell your soul to Satan. You know what I'm saying? And been in or go to this place or go to that place. You know what? You was wanting to stay here and work. You could have at any given time went out there and man, we could have threw the best party out there. We could have been eating that sliced beef and everything. We could have been stinking leg and just like we doing for your brother. You know what I'm saying? You should have been out there with that little 1 foot on that 1 foot stinking leg. Should have been having a good old time, man. Happy that he came home, that he ain't dead and he ain't dying foolishly. You know what I'm saying? You worry about, and then when you come back here, you all angry. You don't even want to go in, looking like an old buster, standing at, way in there partying. You standing outside, old wrinkled up face all up in here, like last week. We talked about that face like flint. You know that old hard face. You know what I'm saying? All looking all, If you really loved your brother, you should have been concerned that he's all right or something. And you worried about a calf. First thing out your mouth is about some financial thing. Just sit yourself down. Anyway, that's why you ain't had no party, because you don't even know how to act anyway. This churchy folk, they get on my nerves. You know what? You get jealous of other members when they walking in their season, and they operating in the creator and stuff, and you sitting over there talking behind their back. Look at brother such who he think he is, who such think she is. You know what? Just mad you jealous. They putting outside. They got it right with the creator. They family blessed. They praying and stuff and getting a move from heaven and putting out in lack and everything, Cadillac swinging and everything up in the parking lot, burning off, looking good and feeling good. You know what I'm saying? You got the same access to the same thing. When you gonna go out there and just kill a calf and get out there and stank it leg and have your party? You know what I'm saying? You standing over there just working. You ain't thinking that you ain't earning a portion. Most I say, my portion is yours. You could have had anything I had. You know what I'm saying? Why? And like it's a problem with sometimes meeting a goal or a human need, or to be financially blessed as well. I ain't preaching no prosperity gospel. I don't believe in that crap. So don't twist me up the wrong way, man. I ain't no cash flow dollar, none of them, man. So, but anyway, 32, it says, it was meat that we make merry. And it's just meat is like saying it was proper. A better way of saying it was proper that we would make merry and be glad, for thy brother was dead and is alive again, and was lost and is now found. Now, you see that? Your brother was dead. He wasn't talking about physically dead, because they wouldn't have been in there partying and no cab and went in there dancing and listening to music if he was physically dead. This is to show you that this is a spiritual thing. This is what happens when people get lost and they get found. The Most High be happy when you return. The Most High is waiting for you and me to return daily. You know what I'm saying? We make a mistake to return. You know what I'm saying? You know what? This situation is coming around me and it's about to take me out. Man, I'm surrounded. Man, I ain't seem like I'm getting enough money to pay my bills. Man, I'm not doing this now. Tell you what, go back to the creator. Get serious about it. Tuck your head down and wake up like dude. Like a dude down there wrestling, eating the husk. You know what I'm saying? He realized, man, he had that rock bottom moment. You know what? I need to quit bull crapping. You know what I'm saying? I need to get in there. You got a president for to come in here. Man, I'm telling you. I'm going to tell you this. 21, you still got coronavirus. Ain't nobody going to fix this mess. It's going to be plagues in the last day. Ain't no Joe Biden can do it. Ain't no Donald Trump can do it. Ain't no Barack Obama can do it. You know what? It tells you a revelation plague going to hit this earth. And there'll be many of them. It says many plagues. and things and famine that's coming to this land. If you don't get it right with the Most High now, you're gonna be in trouble. You know what I'm saying? You don't wait to practice for war. You have to do it in peacetime. Don't wait till the war comes. It's too late to practice. Them bullets, at least when it's peacetime, you can use the little rubber bullets. You can use a little fake thing. You know what I'm saying? In practice, nobody get killed. But see, in war, it's too late. You gotta use real bullets. You playing with, man. You gonna get from the 3rd rib to the 8th rib, gonna be out of there. You know what I'm saying? To clean out, not clean off. You know what I'm saying? Out there playing. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, today was the Most High Sabbath day. I'm into the first day because it's dark outside. So I'm gonna say Shabbat. Shabbat Shalom anyway. I'm gonna say Shalom anyway. There's the Most High Sabbath day, so Shabbat Shalom. All praise to the Most High and His Son Yahushua. Kal Halal Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua in ancient Hebrew. It's all praise to God in Christ. Barak Atah, we bless you. We have a credo, Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God is one. That's Deuteronomy 6:4. In the ancient Hebrew, it's Shemai, Yasha Allah, Yahweh, Allah Hayanawa, Yahweh Akkad. I want y'all to have a blessed weekend, the rest of your weekend, and turn back to the Father. Like they say, while you have breath in your body. You know what I'm saying? And He'll be happy to see you. He gonna throw that meat on the pit. He gonna dance and jig, because David danced till his clothes come off his body. You know what I'm saying? They used to have a good time out there, man. When a child come home, just know the Most High gonna be happy. He ain't gonna be holding no grudge. Y'all better get it together. Shabbat Shalom.